Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Emmerdale, every Tom King spoiler still to come. Emmerdale's biggest storyline of the year is nearly over. The ITV soap took one step closer to Tom King's comeuppance in Wednesday's episode, as the scheming villain was finally charged with coercive, controlling behavior and assault. Police swooped in to deal with Tom after new evidence uncovered from his tablet computer proved that his estranged wife Belle has been telling the truth about his disturbing crimes. Tom isn't leaving our screens just yet, though, so here's our roundup of what's next for the story. Tom's uncle Jimmy got a frightening glimpse of his true colors in Wednesday's episode, spotting him violently dragging his new girlfriend Amelia Spencer out of the King house following a row. Before Jimmy could properly react to what he'd seen, he learned that new evidence had been uncovered which proved Belle's allegations against Tom. The official synopsis for Thursday's episode, November 28, mentions that Jimmy's guilt builds. So it seems that he's finally had enough and will switch sides after weeks of doubting Belle. James Chase, who plays Tom, recently explained, "Until now Jimmy has stood by his side. But as evidence starts to come forward and the sheer amount of people who are against Tom, I think Jimmy will have to start reading the writing on the wall at some point. With the rest of his family against him, it seems that Tom may still be able to rely on one final misguided supporter in upcoming episodes." Emmerdale's official synopsis for next Monday's episode, December 2, mentions that Angelica attempts to make contact with Tom. Viewers know that Angelica has been struggling since being released from the secure children's home, feeling like she no longer fits in after causing Heathhope's death. Could Tom turn this to his advantage by manipulating Angelica when she's vulnerable? As Tom has now been formally charged, he'll be expected to give his plea in court within the next few days. It seems that Tom's plea will be not guilty, as tabloid reports have already revealed that he'll be formally standing trial for his crimes in December. And speaking of which, earlier this month, it was revealed that some familiar faces from the soap world will be appearing in Emmerdale for guest roles in Tom's trial episodes. Former Coronation Street, Waterloo Road, and Hollyoaks star Denise Welch has been confirmed to play one of the jury members. She won't be the only soap star casting an eye over proceedings, as ex-Casualty actor Charles Dale and former Bad Girls star Jack Ellis have been cast as jurors too. Emmerdale has featured various format-breaking episodes throughout Tom and Belle's storyline, and the conclusion to the plot will be no exception. Show bosses have announced that a special, hour-long episode will air in December, featuring real-life voices of domestic abuse survivors. This decision was praised by Lindsay Oliver, CEO of New Beginnings Peer Support, a charity which has worked closely with Emmerdale on the storyline. Oliver recently commented, when Emmerdale explained they hope to include the real-life testimonies of domestic abuse victims and survivors within these scenes, "We knew it would be the truest way for them to authentically close this storyline. We have been on board with this story since 2023 when Emmerdale first approached us about depicting a cohesive and controlling relationship on the series. We are pleased Emmerdale have highlighted and are continuing to showcase this issue right to the end. And we hope these final episodes will continue to raise awareness about domestic abuse, controlling relationships, and the fact there's help out there." Daisy Campbell, who played Amelia Spencer, recently announced that she filmed her final scenes for Emmerdale. Show bosses decided to write out Amelia following her involvement in the Tom storyline, which has culminated in her seeing his true colors. Daisy recently teased her departure by telling Inside Soap, "I was crying a lot, and that was draining. I couldn't believe it was happening. It came around so quickly. But it's also probably one of the most memorable things I've filmed. I love the way Amelia leaves. I left those final scenes feeling happy with what we've done." Amelia exits putting herself first, and finally doing what's right for her and Esther. Unsurprisingly, Emmerdale bosses haven't given away the outcome of Tom's trial, as there are still some twists and turns ahead. However, show chiefs have promised that Belle can expect a happier Christmas whatever happens in the courtroom. Producer Laura Shaw recently said, "We knew from the outset that Belle would need some sort of closure on Tom, and we know our Emmerdale audience always look forward to our villains getting their comeuppance. We don't want to spoil the outcome of this story and reveal what will happen to Tom, but needless to say, Belle's going to be in a much better place by this Christmas." Most of Tom's crimes have now been exposed, but a couple still aren't known to the villagers. First up, Tom has never been exposed as the culprit who attacked Vinnie Dingle the scrapyard a few months ago. Lisa Riley, who plays Mandy, has hinted that this could be revisited at some point. Lisa recently told Digital Spy that will probably get revealed in the future. Mandy's cricket bat is very much in her life. Whether or not she eats him is a different story. We'll have to wait and see. Of course. Secret number 2 is the truth about Piper the dog's fate. Belle still believes her beloved pet to be dead, although Tom handed her over to new owners earlier in the autumn. Surely the story can't be truly wrapped up without Belle uncovering the truth. Way back in July, news leaked out that James Chase, who plays Tom, will be leaving the Emmerdale cast at the end of the abuse storyline. Of course, this was no real surprise, as long-running soap villains naturally have a shelf life, whatever their ultimate fate may be. As Emmerdale has a policy of not discussing cast contracts, there has been no official word from the show or James over his departure just yet.